This is Philly Ryan of Madden 101, your place for quick tips to educate you on football and Madden. I know a lot of guys have been asking, where's this blitz set that you've been telling us about? What's going on with that nano? Well, it's finally here. What I want to do is I'm going to run you through this I'm not going to say it real quick, but I'm going to run you through it real quick, give you the setup so that you guys can start tinkering with it and have some success. All right. Nothing works all the time based on your opponent. Even back in the day when we actually had the nanos working, there were ways that you could stop it by pinching. We actually pinched our line by calling, field goal block, or I think it was QB nil, and then we would check out of it, and that would give us tighter line split. So there's always going to be a way to counter whatever we do on defense. Same thing as we can counter whatever the offense does. But let's go ahead and get into this nano real quick. And what I want to do is give you the setup as far as the depth chart so that you guys can get into your practice mode and get a one-to-one, apples to apples basically, to show so that you can mimic what I'm doing right here, and then you can go ahead and take it to your individual teams and find a way to make this work for you. All right, so what we want to do first is we want to put our I'm using the Giants depth chart, and I went in here so I don't have to actually individually do this on the screen for you guys. So let's go ahead and go into the depth chart, and I want to give you this setup real quick. So I have, at my left end, I have Justin Tuck. At the right end, I have Michael Rowland. Now, in order for you to actually do this, you're going to have to go over to the left outside linebacker and sub in this Williams guy in order to be able to move Boley down to the line of scrimmage. So Boley's playing my right end. My D tackles are Pierre Paul, OC, and Chris Canty. All right. You don't have to do it here because I know a lot of times you'll have position for position, but you can go ahead and change it at the actual sub screen outside of the actual depth chart. All right, my left outside linebacker is Williams. My middle linebacker is Mark Herzlich. Right outside linebacker is Clint Sentum, and I leave everything else alone as far as the corners, free safety, and strong safety. All right, so that's pretty much it. So we'll go out here. I don't make any defensive adjustments as far as assigning players or anything like that. You can do that on your own, but for the purpose of this play, none of that was actually used. All right, so when we run this 5-2, what we're doing here is 5-2 normal. The only thing we're going to do is call any particular play. So a base play in the 5-2 would be the cover 2 man. So we'll go ahead and call the cover 2 man. We're going to put that against the gun spread wide slot, and on offense I am using the Dallas Cowboys playbook, and we're just going to go ahead and call Cowboys teams the first play that's out there. All right, what we want to do on defense when we come to the screen, all right, just go ahead and check to make sure that I didn't change anything so that you guys can see exactly what I'm running. All right, I'm going to spread the linebackers, so that's the right bumper on the Xbox or R1 on the PS3. I'm going to crash the line to the left. All right, so you can see that here. All right, and that would be L1 on the PS3 controller. It's left bumper on the Xbox controller. All right, and then all we do here, we're going to put these two defenders, Boley and Canty. So this is my third D tackle, Canty, and this is my right end, Boley. I'm going to put them in zone. All right, any zone that you want. So I'll just put them in there. I'm going to re-blitz straight down Pierre Paul and OC. All right. Then I'm going to take this linebacker over here, Herzlich, and just drop him straight down. All right, so if you can see, we have an angle blitz by Tuck. We have a straight blitz by Herzlich. We have a straight blitz by OC. And we have a straight blitz by Pierre Paul. So you're only sending 4 people, all right? You want to press, that's up to you. You can go ahead and do that. Then we're just going to hike the ball. And you see how Pierre Paul just comes flying through and sacks the quarterback. All right, so let's go into the instant replay mode so that you guys can see this. So we'll just take it from the top down view, step a little bit behind the quarterback. As we hike the ball, because we have these two defenders over here in zone, because we have these two defenders dropping back in zone, all right, their offensive linemen don't know what to do. They don't have anybody to pick up because nobody's blitzing, so they just stand still. All right. Pierre Paul, because of his speed, he flies in there real quick before they can get a hand on him. and he's able to make that sack. So last week when I introduced, I'm not gonna say last week when I introduced this, when I showed this with Green Bay versus Detroit around Thanksgiving, again, it was for under center, and it was more or less for people who take control of their quarterbacks, because if you do that, he can sack them right away. All right. Now, when we're in a shotgun, you have to use your personnel strength. So if the strength of my team is I got fast defensive linemen, I'm going to do that. So when you guys saw the article last week, and when I had Miami versus the Eagles, and was saying how you need to use your personnel better, that plays into this. So I had a friend with the tag of MVP holler at me, and I just told him, I said, yo man, I think I seen some of the stuff that you've done. I really like what you do. I want to feature you as well on Madden 101. And I told him, hey, let me know how you run the one that you do. So this is how he runs his version. Again, mine was based on someone who plays under center, because that's the way I play. And a lot of people in the Madden tournament community play shotgun, so there's nothing really unique. And when guys start to make their game unique, they step under center. So I'm basically preparing you for the uniqueness that you will see at the top level Madden guys. Not to say that this setup isn't for top level guys, because there's a lot of guys who aren't comfortable under center, so they only play in shotgun, and they're pretty good in doing that. But there's ways that we can send heat at them as well, because once they can't go to shotgun, the only thing they're going to do is toss. They don't really have an under center game. All right, whereas an under center person has both under center and they can back up and play out of the gun. So again, we're just going to take a look at this real quick. You see those two, the left tackle and the left guard step out, the center steps over to the right, and when he does that, Pierre-Paul just shoots right through for that easy sack. That's your setup. That's the sack. That's what you guys been waiting for. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Madden101 or visit our website. Thank you.